Wingspan is Tucson's LGBT community center. Its history goes back to the late 70s. It has seen some amazing changes throughout its life, from being a small group of people meeting in a church on 22nd Street to the place they call home now, just a few doors down from the creativity and festive vibe of Tucson's 4th Avenue. There are a lot of people who make Wingspan succeed, and I sat down with Linda Thomas, who helps make Wingspan and Tucson's community grow and thrive. Linda, thank you for talking to us today.
Thanks so much.
I want to find out, what is your job here at Wingspan?
I'm the program director.
Okay, and what do you do?
Well, I like to think that I don't do any direct service providing. What I do is support the absolute heroes that do that every day.
Okay. What are some of the things that Wingspan does do?
Well, our 3 core programs right now are at-risk and homeless youth. We help survivors of violence, and we help transgender people.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about the homeless youth program.
Yep, it's a fabulous program. Kevin Jackson is our homeless youth project coordinator, and he works for Casey Condit, who's a youth and family programs manager.
And Casey has a long history with Wingspan.
She does.
Yes.
Casey's been around for at Wingspan since she was 14.
Right.
She was at Eon Youth, and she was a employee when she was young with Wingspan. And she then transitioned to work for the Southern Arizona AIDS Foundation, and still full-time worked at Wingspan as part of a collaboration with them. And we were lucky enough to get her into the position. And Kevin has a long history of working with homeless youth. I think it's something like 12 years. And he's just wonderful for this program, has built it into something to really admire. And he and his team, the Eon team in general, which is the name of our youth program, help as many as 15 to 18 homeless youth a day.
Wow. Great.
Providing essential services.
Wonderful. Now, the Southern Arizona Gender Alliance, tell us something about that.
We call it SAGA for short, and it is the organization that helps to serve and support transgender people. And SAGA has a following nationwide. This program is known across the nation for its work with transgender people. And we just lost Allison Davison.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, who was with the program for some time, but she's decided to go back to Seattle and be with her family, her daughter and her granddaughter. And we recently hired Aaron Russ, who has worked for Wingspan for some time, to serve in that capacity.
Wonderful, yeah. Great. And you talked about the anti-violence project.
Yeah, our anti-violence programs support survivors of violence. We deal with hate crimes, domestic violence. I don't know if everyone knows this. I was surprised when I learned it that in the LGBT families, we have as much of domestic violence as there is in the population at large. In fact, in some ways, it can be even more invasive because of coming out issues and that kind of thing, people not being out at work, not being out with their family, an abusive partner has even more to hold over someone's head. And we recently launched a campaign called What Does Violence Look Like? Because oftentimes people don't even recognize that they are being victims of violence. And so we want people to know that there's all kinds of forms. It doesn't just have to result in bruises.
Let's find out a little bit about you, how you came to be a part of Wingspan.
Great fortune, I would say, because it's been an incredible blessing. My partner and I moved to Tucson. We're retired Air Force, both of us, have, 48 years of service between us. And we moved to Tucson in August of 2008. And we came here because we like golf and we like warm, and got involved in some volunteer stuff, started the Wingspan Classic Charity Golf Tournament, which is now in its 3rd year, and we'll hold this year's event again at the Omni at Tucson National on November 4th. It's been successful in raising some good funds for Wingspan, so we encourage everybody to come out. But then after the 1st year, I was asked to be on the Wingspan board, which was a wonderful experience. And then Courtney Jones, who was the program director, announced that she would be leaving, and I thought maybe I could be of some help in this capacity, and felt drawn to this, and I was hired, and that's it.
Wonderful.
And that was a year and 2 weeks ago.
Great.
This is our new Anti-Violence Programs Outreach Office. And so this office right here houses 3 people from the anti-violence programs who do advocacy work on behalf of our survivors of violence. And as an office that it's they work in here all day, but it is open to the public from 11 to 5 daily, and that really allows us to expand our general information and referral to the general public as well. This space serves as our community center. Unfortunately, right now we're only open from 11 to 2, Monday through Friday. We hope to expand upon that, but quite honestly, we've been kind of taking things a little slow, doing things in the right way, and we continue to build our volunteer corps, so you never know.
And while we're on that subject, if people want to know more about helping out here at Wingspan, how can they do that?
Well, you need to go look at our brand new website.
Okay.
In addition to the renovation, which I'll tell you about that we just did in the center, we also just recently totally renovated our website.
Okay.
It's hip, it's cool, it's interactive, it's got so much more information, and I think people are going to find it very useful.
And the
at www.wingspan.org. And there's ways to you can find out information. We have a great calendar. You can of course donate, which I encourage everyone to do, and you can let us know that you want to volunteer. Our volunteers are so critical. We probably have 130 or so that give maybe as many as 1,500 hours a month. And at the national rate, that equals up to about $250,000 a year that is donated to Wingspan.
And that can go a long way.
It does go a long way. So the space here, our community center from 11 to 2 is the community center, and then it closes for an hour for us to kind of shift gears, and it becomes the ELN Youth Center for youth from 3 to 8 every day. And they have support groups, and they they do interesting shows like Gender Benders that allow them to kind of explore their sexual identity or their orientation or their gender preference, whatever. There's just a lot of amazing stuff that goes on within this small space. But we recently were lucky enough to just have an angel drop out of the sky, an anonymous donor who did all this work in here. And it kind of loses its context when you didn't see it before. But believe me, it was an incredible transformation. The paint, the ceiling, the rug, the furniture, it's the custom-made bookshelves and the custom-made reception desk. So
it all looks very welcoming.
Well, I hope so, and I hope it looks hip, and I hope it looks fresh, because we should be very proud of our community center. I think whether you are LGBT friendly, or have no awareness of our issues at all, Wingspan is the kind of place that helps Tucson be a great place to live, in my opinion. So proud of it. What I do know is that Wingspan is still the only has the only drop-in youth center in the state. And I've been told we're the only organization that's doing transgender support, formal organization. So we're very proud of both those programs. On the way forward, Kevin Jackson, our Homeless Youth Project Coordinator, is about to write a grant for more homeless youth work, a grant from the federal level. So we're excited about that. We believe it's going to do good things for our program. We're very hopeful that we'll be able to get that grant and continue to grow that really critical program.
Great.
We are doing our Puertas Abiertas, which is a volunteer-run program for Latino and Latina people. Is really taking off. It's all volunteers. And in September, in accordance with the 3rd year of Latin Gay Pride Week here in Tucson, we're going to do a regional conference, which will be a first, of LGBT Latino people to discuss the issues of our community. The Blue Fund is a recently started effort to raise money for, as it says, support outreach projects that engage underrepresented communities within our population. And it will be programs like our Puertas Abiertas, the Southern Arizona Gender Alliance, Rainbow Families, Senior Pride, and our new effort. We have 2 new efforts funded by the Alliance Fund. One is Rainbow Connect, which will be an effort to provide a warm line for youth to get peer-to-peer counseling. So we will be engaging youth from 18 to 23, 4 years old to talk to other youth who want just to talk to somebody who's kind of been there and knows that maybe it will get better. The other program that we started with the Alliance Fund is Rainbow on the Road, which we're going to work to find advocates in each of the rural towns that can be the go-to person for any youth that need, or other people who need assistance. People are fortunate in Tucson that Wingspan is here. You know, we're a brick and mortar facility. You know where to go. You know what phone number to call. You know how to find our website, hopefully. But that's not available always in the rural communities. So we're trying to find just kind of a lifeline that people can go to. But back to the Bloom Fund. This is we're trying to encourage people to give in a monthly giving program, $25 a month. Commit to it for a year. Regular, sustained donor giving is critical to Wingspan's financial health because it helps provide stability. We are currently about 70% grant funded and 30% donations and events. Events don't really make a lot of money, but there are reasons we do them beyond that because they help bring the community together. Grants are great because it's often big money, but it can be very unstable depending on what's going on at the federal level, the state level with the budgets. And so when we have people who are engaged and care about the mission and are regularly supporting the organization, that's what's really critical. And we'd love to see more people involved in that way.
And they can find out more about the Bloom Project or the Bloom Fund on the
website. You bet. Or they can call us down here and we'll talk to them about it.
Well, I appreciate you talking to me. Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
And I look forward to all the great things that Wingspan has in store.
Thank you so much.